What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Gameball. Today we're joined by Demetrius Taylor, Defensive Lineman from App State. How you doing today?
Doing good, man. Thanks for playing.
Awesome. Well, appreciate you coming on. And before we dive into just the season and all, I think the biggest thing in college sports happening is the NIL. So, what are your thoughts on the NIL?
I think it's a great thing for everybody just to earn money outside of your sport, off your name, image, your likeness, to be honest. It's kind of crazy right now because nobody really have a clue about what can really go on and what can't. So it's just like free game, whatever, just do what you do. But I feel like it's a good thing. If it don't turn like professional and everything, it should be fun.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with what you're saying. I think that right now everyone should just go get their money because it's so wide open, anything goes. So I think it's crazy, but I think it'll be beneficial. Have you had any experiences or any of your teammates with the NIL yet, with anything going on?
Yeah, some guys getting sponsored by some restaurants or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just little free meals here and there, but it's nothing major, at least over here. My experiences.
Yeah, definitely. You got to make some merch or something, bro. Apparently, that's the easiest way to get some money.
Yeah.
But looking into this upcoming season, you decided to come back to App State, and you're using, I guess, a super senior thing because COVID granted you guys another year of eligibility, which is awesome. But what led to that decision? Because many people thought you were going to be drafted. So why did you decide to forego the draft and come back another year?
Honestly, mentally, I wasn't ready. Had a lot of stuff going on prior to the season. And it was just mentally draining for me. And with the NCAA granting us that COVID year, whatever, it was just it was the right thing to do for me. At least just to come back so I can get my mental right.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what went into that. Obviously, I could have went to the draft, but I decided to stay.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it was smart because you get to have another year as a starter, and you could. I think the defense. You guys have 10, 11 starters coming back now after Shamar left for the draft, and he got drafted by the Packers, which was great. But with that being said, how amazing do you think this defense can possibly be with having your whole 10 of your 11 starters coming back?
Man, the sky's the limit for us. With like I said, 10 of 11 starters coming back, everybody has experience under their belt. Some guys were first-year starters, I believe, last year, and then, it's kind of shaky. We didn't have an off-season, and we just get thrown into the fire. But with the off-season and everything going on, we, doing extra work and stuff like that, making sure we understand what we got going on in certain situations. I feel like everybody be on the same page and just trying to hit on all cylinders for real. Trying to increase our places and defensive stats and all that other stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I think it'll be really helpful too. I mean, you have a good chance of going out there and winning back the Sun Belt. Obviously last year didn't go as planned. Coastal really emerged as a great contender. But now looking into the season, what are your expectations for yourself, but also for the team? Because as I mentioned, before last year, you guys were Sun Belt champs for 4 years in a row. So last year was just kind of a fluke. So what are the goals for? Is it just the Sun Belt win it, or is it beyond that? What are the team goals for this year?
For myself, obviously hit that double-digit mark in sacks.
Mm-hmm.
I've been close the last 2 years with 7 and I think 6.5 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just to dominate every play. That's really my goal, just to that double-digit mark and just do what I do. As for the team, obviously it's to win the Sun Belt Conference. Again, just to reestablish ourselves. We're at 9-3, which it's not a bad season, but it's a bad season here. Winning is the expectation has been since long before I got here, and that's just something we work towards every day. Obviously, win every game that we can. Take it one game at a time and just win out because we've been so close years prior. We won 13-1, 12-2. Try and hit the undefeated mark, and I feel like we got the right group of guys to do that, and just to outright dominate people.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, if you somehow magically get some 17 sacks, you'll be the all-time sack leader in App State history. So, there's always that on the board. But I mean, you're ranked number 10. You're about 10 out from number 3. So you could definitely do it. I think you'll have a great year, hopefully. But looking into the next year, I think a big part is you obviously have your coach coming back, Coach Clark, who's a great guy, great coach, and that's something that's kind of been missing at App State. Not in a bad way. Obviously you had to coach. One of your coaches left for Louisville, and then Coach Eli left for Missouri. Yeah. So, how important do you think it is to have your head coach come back for second season?
I feel like it's just some type of stability, really, because you just have to adjust to different head coaches throughout.
Yeah.
And Coach Clark has been around throughout both coaching changes, so he's been here every year. I've been here, and it's good to have him come back. He's an app guy through and through, and I know he's excited, just to get back on the field and win some games, because obviously, like I said, last year didn't go as expected, but this year, not playing around. He's the guy.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like you mentioned too, with App State, I mean, 9-3, that's great at literally every college, but App State, you have those expectations to have bigger, better years. So, I think this will be a good year for you guys. And mentioning, the coaching changes, what was that like for you as a player to have to go through 3 coaching changes so far?
For me, it was definitely different, because when going through coaching changes, you also going through staff changes and everything. I had 3 different defensive line coaches, and everybody has a different style of coaching. So you have to get used to how this guy coaches and how it's different from the other guy and everything like that. Like, for 1 year, went from Mark Ivey to Anwar Stewart to now we have Robert Nye, and he's back too. So that's a good thing for me on my part, just learning from the same guy. It's also helpful though, because you also learn different techniques and stuff about run stopping, pass rush, and everything with different minds and stuff. But I feel like that's really like the only major impact as far as like the D-line coaches. But as a team, I don't feel like it's been bad on the team, because obviously we produced like some good years, good years with the coaching changes going on and stuff.
Well, definitely. I was going to mention, you obviously brought up. I mean, I think in a way, it's nice to have a coach that's, as a defensive line coach that's there for a couple of seasons. But is it do you think you've learned new things from each coach in a beneficial way?
Yeah, I definitely have. Coach Ivy was a technician, so everything we did, we had to do with technique. And I was learning just to polish my craft and stuff with him. Coach Stewart was the pass rush guy, so he was teaching me different pass rush moves and stuff like that. So I learned most of my stuff from him. And Coach Nine came from the NFL. He was in there for 19 seasons, and he was like a combination of both, but he's also teaching us other stuff that will help you succeed in the league and stuff like that. So it's just really I've really been put in a good position just learning from all 3.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's beneficial for you as a player now, but also in the draft. I was even reading up some articles that are coming up talking about next year, how apparently the Eagles might fill you in with a vote. I think it's a lot of early talk and all that, but I think it's really interesting and cool to see all that type of stuff. But looking at the start next year, so you're going to play Eastern Carolina week 1. So obviously the huge game, week 2, Miami. We'll get to that in a second, but week 1, how can you just prepare? Do you guys take it week by week, or is that Miami game circled for you guys? Because ECU could be like a trap game,
Yeah, we take it week by week. We respect every opponent that's on our schedule, no matter if FCS or wherever it is. We respect every opponent. We don't look ahead to no games, and then when we get to that week, we on that week. But right now, we locked in on ECU. Obviously, trying to make a statement, just to show the people that the questions that they have are going to be answered, as far as quarterback play, returners. How are we going to start off the season after going 9-3 and stuff like that? But we definitely take it week by week. We don't look ahead to no game. We look ahead and we lose.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how it is.
Yeah, I think that's a great mindset to have. But bringing up the quarterback question marks, I think you obviously Chase Bryce coming in from a transfer. He seems to be the projected starter. But I know you're on defense. But have you seen anything that's been wowed you
Yeah,
Chase?
man. He came in ready to work, man. He was, trying to, build a relationship with guys. It's hard to do that when you come in from, Duke or like come in from any program, period, just trying to make new friends and stuff like that. But he's a hands-on guy. The thing that wowed me about him is he's a perfectionist. He definitely tries to correct a mistake like right after the play, like spraying ball, for example. I guess he wasn't on the same page as the receiver, but he went to talk to him after the play, tell him like, I'm thinking this, so if you do this and I'm gonna do this, and he was just trying to make sure it was right. So next time he ran the same route, he was on the same page and everything. And that's what I like about him. He corrects mistakes right away. He doesn't wait until we get in the film the next day, and he because that play is gonna come up eventually again, and he wants to run it right. So he's definitely been on his been on his shit just to get out there. But he's definitely a great addition to the offense.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, him being from the ACC, obviously he played at Clemson to start his career, and then he went to Duke. Looking at this Miami game, do you think he'll provide any insights kind of on how they play or what, I mean, you obviously App State's played their fair share of Power 5 teams. Like you beat UNC, you obviously played Penn State before. But do you think having this mindset can help you, having like this guy who's been in the Power 5 conference kind of help out with a game like Miami?
I mean, yeah, that and him being like being a vet. Dude, he's just smart. He knows. I feel like he's gonna make the right decisions. When it comes to that game and stuff like that, he's been in the spotlight with stuff like that. So he's definitely gonna help when it comes when it's in that game.
Yeah. So looking at the Miami game, it's a huge game. You're gonna be at Miami, Hard Rock, and I have a couple questions. I'll name them, but we'll take question by question. But the first one is just with that game, right? How can you guys go out there and win and stop De'Ara King, who's a very electrifying quarterback? And then on top of that, how important is this game just to you? Like, I'm sure you're going to take this game very personal since you're from Dade County. You were named, to all Dade County's team, and this is like your friends, your family's going to be there. And what's this is going to be like for you this entire game, personally and for the team?
For me, it's just going to be a homecoming. I stay 15, 20 minutes from the stadium, depending on traffic. Definitely I'm going to be locked in, honestly. It's another game. It's big because I'm playing at home and stuff like that. But for the team, it's like one, it's the opponent in our way trying to beat, trying to reach our goals and stuff like that. So we're gonna approach the game like we approach every other week, especially like conference games and stuff like that. It's just, same preparation. Can't get too high, can't get too low over again. You just be consistent. And that's what the approach has been, since I've been here. It's always been consistent. It's never like, we need to do this and that. Just, for one game, it has to be consistent. And personally, it's just gonna be fun for me just to play in front of all my family. Most of them don't come up to the mountains to watch the game, especially like 12-hour drive, and some of them like flying. So just to play college ball in front of my family, it's gonna be probably one of my career highlights.
Yeah, definitely. But do you think it's a little bit of extra motivation to kind of, go out there? Because I know you said you wanted to play defensive line in high school, and some teams were looking to move to linebacker, whatever the case may be. That's the hometown team right there. It has to be, Miami, and obviously, Florida State might get as high. Dalvin Cook went to Florida State from there, but is it just like a little bit of like extra motivation to kind of like stick it to him? So like, screw you guys for not offering me.
I mean, yeah, obviously, yeah. I'm in a backyard. How you miss me? You feel me? I feel like I'm that type of player that that you regret missing out on, and obviously I'm gonna try to show them that, hey man, I was down the street, could have came and got me, played D line, we'd have been straight, but definitely had that motivation for that.
Hey, bro. Well, when you're putting De'Ara King on his back like 5 times that game, just tell him I said, hey, just like one time, just once. You can be like, yo, this guy said what's up. But
I got you.
Before we move on from the season, looking at some extra things like your horrible take about the Suns being the Bucks or something. I want to talk about the Coastal Carolina, Louisiana, Lafayette games because you have them back to back, right? So, as that do you think that'll be a hard 2-game stretch? Because not where you guys aren't capable of winning them, but more so, these are kind of like a little bit of a rivalry games now because Louisiana Lafayette's been that type of team who's been close to knocking you guys off, but they never can. They come close, but you guys are just better. Coastal Carolina, they're on the come up. They had a great year last year, and they're trying to knock you off. But you're the name brand of the Sun Belt, and you're gonna push them off. So do you think these will be like a tough 2-game stretch for you?
I mean, looking at the first half of the season, really gonna be a tough stretch. I mean, every game is a tough game, but those two definitely because us in Louisiana always is in the conference title game. And they play hard every time we come to play them. I know there's gonna be added motivation for them this year just because I didn't get to play in the conference title game last year. Actually have like outright render and stuff like that. But it's gonna be tough just because we already know what they're bringing. How to get. They know it. Like everybody said, they know us. We know them because we done played them like at least 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
At least 10 times, and it's been the same every game. It's never a blowout. It's always close. And they knocked us off last year, like towards the end of the season, not for like the championship, but just to get a win. And I feel like that gave them a little motivation that they needed because every time we played them, we won and stuff like that. As far as Coastal, it's definitely gonna be challenging because they have a great quarterback in Grayson McCall, and he brings a different flair to offense, and it'll be interesting to see what they do. As far as the backfield losing CJ, bro, losing him and stuff like that. But obviously they still got a bunch of returners coming back on offense and defense, so that'd be tough because they click on all cylinders together. So it's gonna be tough, but it's doable, man. It's not easy. It's never easy just to win. So just being, the season Coastal had was, basically like, surreal. They went 5-6 2 seasons straight prior to having that 11-1 season, I believe.
Yeah.
And that just goes to show like how hard they was working. And I feel like they're gonna come out first half season do the same thing and try to establish dominance, and then we play them and just see we'll go from there because that's where like you can't lose in the East side, especially on the East side. We have great teams on our side, and we just gotta make it do what they do.
Yeah, definitely. Coastal's coming to you now, so you can show them what Boone's all about.
Hopefully, I hope that hopefully this is a win. I hate this on Wednesday. That's why I hate this on Wednesday game just because
Hey, well, you get all the media spot. I mean, that's gonna be everyone. Everyone's like watching it though. All eyes are on this game.
Everybody watching it for sure, but it's different when the crowd is here and stuff. We don't have a crowd, obviously.
You're gonna pack it out. I guarantee it. It'll be packed out. It's gonna be one of the biggest games I think in a while for to be at App State.
Yeah.
But look into your the media's expectations of you. Everyone's hyping you up to be this great defensive lineman, which you are. You were 24/7 ranked as the 8th best defensive end returning college football. You're named to the All Sun Belt preseason list. You're hopefully going to make All Sun Belt for the All Sun Belt first team for the 3rd year in a row. You're obviously named to the Bednarik Award for the best defensive player in the country. Now, how do you read into these headlines, and does it does it just add fuel to your fire?
No, I don't read into none. It's just words. It's just like preseason accolades. It's not nothing. It's good to have the recognition, but you gotta do it first. You gotta win these awards and do this and that and stuff like that. It's not a motivation. Motivation to me is just I really don't respond to stuff like that. I'm not really so much of a talker. So motivation to me is just, going on Twitter, seeing everybody's like talk down on us and stuff like that, just because, we had a 9-3 season, stuff like that. So I'm not really like a big, article guy. It is what it is. Man, the team, give me praise and stuff like that with the graphics and stuff, but I don't really like, it is what it is.
Yeah, gotcha. Hey, you just gotta, you just do your own thing out there, and at the end of the year, once you have a great year, then you'll look at the headlines. You'll just look at the stat box, probably the box score and the record.
Yeah.
But yeah, a question I had is kind of your entire career there. Like I mentioned, you were able to participate in some great games, like the UNC game. For yourself, that was probably like one of the craziest games I've ever seen. But what was the best moment you've had at App State with this football program?
Best moment I had, like as far as what on the field, off the field.
Just anything where when you realize App State's it's a place for you. It's a place to be. It's it's home. It's home.
Honestly, I don't know. I can't really. Let me see. I realized that probably I want to say my freshman year when we just was having fun. I guess at the bowl game when we beat Toledo 34-0. Just looking at everybody just have fun and winning games and stuff like that. I knew it was for me. Even though I wasn't playing that much, I just knew and then it's just like a family feel as far as in the locker room, coaching staff, fans love you and stuff like that. They travel and they make sure they they actually get to know your name off the field and stuff like that. I know it was for me. Instead of just thinking of me as a helmet and just passing stuff, they actually stopped me by stopped me when I'm outside the facility and stuff like that. And they know my face. And I don't have to wear football, stuff like that. They know my face. And hey, how you doing? Great game last night. There's actually this lady in the cafeteria that has clips. She clips out little news things from newspapers and stuff and give it to us at the register and stuff. Every player they do something, here you go, memories and stuff like that. And that's what I like about it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That sounds like a great family atmosphere too, where it's just everyone's together. Everyone's just one big family. That's awesome to see. And bringing up a bowl game. This is the Myrtle Beach Bowl, and it's not necessarily a question about you or the team, but it's about Cam Peoples, man. What was that? What was it like seeing this guy rush for over 300 yards in a game? That must have been crazy to see.
Bro, it was so crazy because we was on the field after one play. Even we could stop them, whatever. They'll probably have 6 or 7 plays. Stop them, we get the ball, we go score 60-yard run. Stop them again, 6, 70. It was just crazy to see them go crazy like that. Especially I said it was a weird year. Nobody was expecting, that type of performance. Obviously, we was going there to win the game, but him and all our running backs really had a game. He was, he took the spotlight and stuff, but our running game was just crazy that game. They just couldn't stop it. So watching him have that performance, it was exciting to see because everybody started getting let's see if he break another one. They ran the same plays. It was stretch right, stretch left, and he hit the hole every time. Man, it was just crazy.
Yeah, he was. I had a chance to talk to him, and he was telling me how he was his mindset was to get. I want to say it was 180 yards. He was trying to hit the 1,000-yard mark for the season, and then he just casually goes off for 300 yards. So that must have been just insane, an insane.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was that close to the 1,000-yard mark.
Yeah.
Just because I really wasn't paying attention to running back stats and stuff like that. But him going off for 300 was just crazy.
Yeah, that must have been wild. And moving on from that, this is a question about you. I don't know. You changed from 48 to number 48 to number 9. What led to that decision? Because when you're a single digit on the defensive line, bro, that's terrifying. They have to be dangerous. But was there a reason to it? Or just want to be a single digit guy?
It wasn't a reason to it. It was more of a reward. So I went off my junior season. That's when we played UNC and everything. I just had I had a great season overall. The coaches is man, shoot, man, you can get, you can do, get anything you want, whenever you want and stuff like that. Because before I was talking to, I was originally gonna change it before the junior season, but it's nah, you gotta earn it. So that's what I went out and did, earned the number change and stuff like that. And it's why not? Most people in college football don't that play defensive line don't wear a single digit and stuff like that. So I was why not?
Bro, I don't know why, dude. That thing is it's terrifying. I'm telling you, whenever you see a guy who's wearing a single digit, it's over for you. It's the worst sight to see on the field.
Man, Chase Young wearing 2.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You gotta go join You gotta join the football team over there. They have a dangerous defensive line. That's crazy, man. Their defensive line's wild.
Exactly.
But speaking about wild games, North Carolina, right? That's the one that, like I said, that was put you on the map. You got 2.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. You brought one back for a touchdown. You intercept. You were doing it all. You were literally just doing it all out there. So what was that game like? Because it was your it was like your big breakthrough game, especially against a really good opponent.
That game, bro, was and everything just felt right. Like day before the game, before leading up to the game, everything felt right. Nice weather and stuff. I feel like I was at home really. I was just locked in. I didn't start the game because I got kicked out of the Charlotte game 2 weeks before because they had a bye week before he went to play them. Mm-hmm. And that was like a discipline thing with Drinkwitz and stuff. So I didn't start, and they got to that. They got off to that good start, returning the ball, almost scoring, and then scored on like one play. And I'm like, all right, cool, it's on. So offense went out there. They got down there. I think they got stopped. Then it was on from there. I said to myself, we can't go out like this. So I was just, playing this stuff. I had to settle in first drive, get comfortable, whatever they was running and picking up on stuff like, they do. And from there, it was just on. I think what started it off was that strip sack from that strip sack, whatever, and scored, and then we just kept stopping them.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell that really jumpstarted the team, bro. Because you guys were getting down, but getting field goals, and then you got that, and it was crazy. It was over, and you knew it was over. When your defensive lineman gets an interception, it's game over, bro. Like that's like the icing on the cake right there. That's how you know it's officially game time.
But man, that definitely did jumpstart the team. Everybody, I came back to the sideline. Everybody just surrounded me like, we should gotta go play a game and stuff. So. Mm-hmm. We get back out there, like 2 drives later, I catch a pick, and then they going down and scoring like quick. They just getting out there, so it was like just definitely fueled the team. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. But this next question I have isn't necessarily about App State; it's about college football as a whole. But the 12-team college football playoffs, I'm sure you've heard about it. What are your thoughts on it? Do you think it should expand, and how do you think that'd be beneficial to not only App State but to just the Group of 5, to the Sun Belt Conference as a whole?
Man, that'd be beneficial for sure because, it's like you look at the college football rankings every year, it's always a Group of 5 team that's better, that has a better record than, a team from the ACC, Big 12, any Power 5 conference.
Notre Dame, bro. Oh, I hate Notre Dame, bro.
They could be Group of 5 team could be like 10-1 or something like that, and then they'll put a team from the SEC that's 8-4 over them in the rankings and stuff. But that's that's not right. But obviously I feel like it's good for everybody. It's going to draw more competition out of everybody trying to get to that 12 game playoff, and I feel like it's going to be good for college football. Honestly, it's more games, but who wouldn't want to watch college football? It's entertaining.
Oh,
it's good for the fans. It's definitely going to bring like more audiences to smaller schools and stuff that are good. Most people they watch us, but they don't really pay attention to how good we are, and to be surprised when a Group of 5 team knock off a Power 5 when they're obviously better. So it's definitely going to be a good thing. I'm not even sure. Did they approve? I'm not even sure.
I don't think they've approved of it yet, but I think it's definitely I think it's in the works. I wouldn't be surprised if it went through. Just because I would love to see it, though, because like you said, you guys get no respect for no reason. Like, for example, last year, UC, phenomenal program, and they went out there, they almost beat Georgia. In my mind, when Georgia was led by, JT Daniels, they're probably one of the best teams in the nation. Then you look at App State year in and year out, you guys are always consistently good. Coastal Carolina, UCF. It's just you never get the opportunity. And you're telling me that Notre Dame they're always going to get blown out. And I'm not saying the Group of 5 team would. I'm just saying you might as well give them a shot. So I think it'd be very beneficial.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, UCF, 2-3 years ago, they had an undefeated season and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And, they was obviously, I think it was top 10. You give them a chance because obviously they beat Auburn to finish that season. And then next year turn around and play LSU. I think they lost, but either way, they still played a good game. Mm-hmm. And just off those 2 games alone, it was good. It was good competition, like great competition between the 2 teams. So it's like, why not give a Power 5 team a chance? Not a Group of 5 team a chance. They're obviously good and they're beating people. They're not just, winning by like 3 or 1, beating people. So why not give it a chance?
Yeah, no, I would definitely love it. And who, first, like you mentioned, who doesn't like to watch more football, and who doesn't like to play college football that means something, right? Like, I'm sure it would mean so much more to go out there and compete, where even if you're, for example, the number 12 team, you're playing against the number 4 or the number 5 team, and you still want to do that because it gives you a chance. It just means more than playing a regular bowl game. So,
yeah, and then honestly, if you look at it, it'd be beneficial for college players as well. I mean, obviously it's a longer season than we're used to, but you plan on going to the league is longer than college football. So why not, get prepared for that? Not saying, just for league, but just get used to playing longer. Stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. Even with the NIL going through too, it can put their names on the map where they can actually showcase their skills and bring in some extra money or something too. So I think as a whole, it's very beneficial. I would love to see it go through, but I think it's a couple years away from that being launched in. But so as a player, right? You're a little bit undersized for the defensive line, but you're still a great player. And who do you try to model your game after, though? Do you look at the Aaron Donalds of the world, or do you look at just somebody who might be 6'7", like a Calais Campbell or something like that?
Nah, I look at like I can relate to a size like Aaron Donald. I think Geno Atkins is probably smaller, but like Calais, he can do different things in interior because he's longish. The 6'7" is long. Aaron Donald is like more to my size, and I try to model my game out there as far as like doing different things. Obviously, he's a different beast when it comes to like pass rush and stuff like that. But run stopping, I try to look at him as much as I can. We actually we have I guess like an NFL database where we can watch film of like different players and stuff like that and see what they're doing differently and like different techniques and stuff. And I'm always in there consistent, just watching and seeing what I can do to elevate my game. And he's definitely one of those guys. I mean, it's cliche because he's a dominant player. He's one of the best. He's probably the best interior defensive lineman in the league right now. Mm-hmm. And just why not watch him? He's obviously doing everything right to succeed. So why not watch him?
He's definitely. Do you think that? I mean, I don't want to say undersized because you're 6'1". I'm freaking like 5'8". So like, if anything, I'm the one that's undersized. But do you think compared to some offensive linemen might be 6'4", 6'5"? Do you think it's beneficial to be 6'1" to get the leverage? And I mean, you also have pretty long arms. So does that ever help you out in a way like more than people think?
It definitely does because I play in this scheme because that's where I'm needed at. And it definitely helps when you play at 6'4", 6'5", 6, however tall it is, just because you can get under them easily to get more leverage. And it's harder for guys to get to your chest when you're low. So it's harder to block it. So obviously I don't I say all the time, size don't matter. You can be 5'8" and dominate. You just gotta have a dog, and you just gotta understand your strengths and weaknesses, so that can help you succeed at whatever position you playing. It's like some taller guys, they be long, but they be slower. Yeah. And me being short and kind of faster than them is obviously giving me an advantage.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think that's some extra motive? Because a lot of people that are like the right size, they might be thinking, I don't have to work as hard. I think obviously they're like you said, heart over height. Do you think that just motivates you more to just go out there and work on your work ethic even more?
Yeah, even if I was 6'5" or whatever the case may be, I would have been the same person because that's just how I was brought up. Especially down there in the football world, like Miami and stuff like that. You gotta have a dog in you. And then some guys, right? They feel like they don't have to work as hard just because they passed the eye test and stuff like that. But if you don't work, it's just gonna show. Best man win. That's an every game basis. It's just not like once in a just every game, best man will win. Just gotta work. Really, there's nothing to it. You put in the work, it's gonna pay off.
Yeah, that's definitely. And shifting gears to like my last final questions. This is moving away from football as a whole. The Bucks Suns. Who'd you pick to win that? Like, did you watch any of the games?
Yeah, I watched it. I picked honestly. Because I was on a podcast, I think like probably before the final started, and I was saying who was ever healthy or whatever case will win. Obviously it was some questions with Giannis and his knee injury before in the season, in the series before.
Mhm.
No, I said I didn't know just because of, they both good teams, with, great leaders and stuff like that. Obviously, I feel like the Suns have more weapons, so I was leaning more towards the Suns, but Milwaukee pulled it out just because, they played more together and they've been doing the same thing with the same team for like years. The Suns really just got together. And obviously with Chris Paul, in and out of games and stuff like that, it hurt him.
Yeah.
Hurt him a lot. So it really was just, I feel like it could have went either way because they went up 2-0 and then they lost 4 straight. So it could have went anyway.
Yeah, I mean, when Giannis drops 50 points at home, it's basically game over. I mean, a 50 bomb at home for the last game is crazy.
Yeah, man, that's definitely crazy.
Yeah, but I know I'm not trying to be a hater or anything, but I was happy CP3 lost. Like Chris Paul is like that little fly that you just want to smack against. Like he's so annoying. He's nothing. He like literally tried to hurt Giannis in like game 5. It was brutal to watch. But it happens, so I guess. And so now my last one, moving on to the NFL. Do you have a team that you like to watch the NFL, or do you just kind of watch players?
I like to watch.
Yeah, like who's your favorite team?
Pittsburgh. I've been a Pittsburgh fan since I was, since I can understand football. Just because they had James Harrison. That was my guy.
He's from Penn State, bro. He's from a
small school.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But I understand that at the time, especially like just learning football and stuff. I ain't started playing football till late. But Pittsburgh, that's been my team since I was like 9. Obviously it was good to like fun to watch and stuff like that. Trey Polamalu, James Harrison, Ike Taylor, those guys. Just just was a good team to watch. But now it's just like
yeah. I mean,
we'll see where it go.
Yeah. Do you like the signing of Melvin Ingram to the Steelers?
Yeah, veteran pass rushing and stuff like that. He has a motor, especially like especially losing Bud Dupree. We had to go get somebody. I feel like that's a great addition. Just to see because we already know we can do. Mm-hmm. Hopefully he can help defense even more because we got talent on there. We definitely got young talent on there. So we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully your receivers can learn how to play receiver instead of just making some good old TikToks on the side.
Man, that killed me every time. Like, why are we making TikToks? We need to be winning games. You had a great start to the season, then
fell off the cliff.
Fell off
the Bills, I think, and then you lost like 3 straight after that.
I think we lost to the Bengals, bro. Like,
did you really?
Without Joe Burrow, bro.
Without Joe Burrow, that's horrible. That's actually horrible. But yeah, I mean, Juju needs to figure it out. Like the Corvette dance isn't even that like good to watch. It's literally like a 12-year-old could do that.
Honestly, that come with youth. You feel like he got in the league early.
Yeah,
stuff like he just gotta still gotta grow up and mature and stuff like that. Me personally, I don't have it down with it, but they be funny to watch and stuff. But there's no point in like recreating dances. Like you're a professional athlete, you gotta act in certain ways. No point, going on TikTok and recreating dances, other team logos and stuff like that. Because then that brings like, a negative crowd towards the locker room and stuff like that. What is he doing and this and that. So we'll see what they go on with. Especially like it's no rule. You can celebrate, do what you want to do, but we'll see what Pittsburgh does with that. Just because that actually fuel other teams when they play them, just because they seen them doing like.
Bro,
TikTok
when Von Bell literally killed Juju on the field, it was game over. That was crazy to watch.
Yeah, man. And then you got guys tweeting on the whatever, talking about Corvette. Like you see it all the time. It wasn't a good look for the Steelers, but hopefully everything got fixed and stuff. Even I think Devin Bush tweeted about it.
Oh, he did. He was saying like I don't like guys that make TikToks. That's something weird about grown men don't make TikToks or something.
You got guys in the office that make TikToks, man. So you gotta talk to them, man. So
it's crazy. But realistically though, since the Steelers probably won't end up winning the Super Bowl this year, who's your pick?
Oh no, bro, that's a good question. Like teams they made got some good additions and stuff like that throughout the draft, but last year was a bunch of injuries. Like San Francisco was busted up early in the season. Like half their roster was hurt. I don't know. We got to see. I think Tom can do it because they got weapons over there.
They do.
They count them out.
Guys.
So I feel like they got weapons and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
But I can't tell you who's gonna win. You don't see about the Chiefs. You know, Chiefs obviously always a contender just because of Patrick Mahomes. I feel like a sleeper team to watch would be there's a couple of them, but I feel like not Miami. I don't know. I feel like Miami will probably have a good season, just because
it's right on Tua. Tua needs a
it's on Tua. They got rid of Fitzpatrick, so it's solely his offense. So we'll see what they're talking about. And then they got some weapons at receiver too. They got a solid defense.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, so, I like Miami.
Yeah, Miami. Then I'm interested to see what Cam does at the Patriots.
I think he's out. I think Mac's gonna take over. I think Mac Jones is gonna take over after week 4, maybe. I don't know. Cam's too injury prone right now. But I wish the best for him.
But he was doing good before he got the little COVID and stuff like that. He was completing 60% of his passes. Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah,
I've been looking at the following them a little bit. They liking Mac Jones for sure. They got a swag he didn't know about or stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. But I feel like I don't know. I'm just interested to see what Cam does. You give him a full season. I'm glad he's signed back to a 1 year. I think it's a 1 year contract, but you give him a full season to actually see what he does, and then just go from there.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see. I mean, I'm a Giants fan, so I know all hope is lost for us. But I think the Chiefs are gonna pull it out.
Oh no, bro.
Danny Dimes, dude. Come on. I don't know why you're hating on him, bro. Your new quarterback's from Duke, all right? So you better be hoping these Duke boys are pretty good.
How you feeling about your draft? How you feel like you went about the draft?
I like Azeez Ojulari from Georgia. I think that was a good second round pick. But Kadarius Toney, I was just pissed because we should have gotten Devontae Smith, but we got finessed by the Eagles, which happens more than you know.
Didn't y'all trade up? Didn't y'all trade a way to pick or something like that?
Yeah, so we had pick 12. The Cowboys had pick 11, and the Eagles had pick 13. So the Eagles traded a 4th round pick and the 1st round pick to get the Dallas Cowboys selection. So the Eagles got Devontae Smith. Then we traded back with the Bears, so the Bears could get Justin Fields, and then we got Kadarius Toney. It was a disaster.
Yeah, because I was in I'm on Xbox. I'm in a party, and I was talking to because one of my homeboys. He's a Giants fan. He was mad as hell that y'all traded y'all pick, and y'all could have got Devontae Smith and whoever else y'all could. He was hoping y'all would have got the O-lineman from somewhere. It was one of I think it was USC.
Oh, was it a Northwestern? Rashawn Slater, maybe?
No, yeah.
He's on the Chargers now, which is gonna be nice for Herbert. But yeah, the Giants really screwed that one up. Honestly though, I wish we just drafted Justin Fields and said so long to Daniel Jones because I think Fields is gonna be next level good. I like him.
Yeah, we'll see. He's not starting right now though, but we'll see how it goes towards the season. I feel like it's
you think
it's like a Lamar Jackson thing.
Oh, Lamar's gonna make some cash, dude. He's gonna make he's about to come up on a new contract, get $45 million a year.
Yeah, but I'm saying as far as how Lamar didn't start during the season, they put in certain situations, and then towards the end he got into the playoffs and they lost first round. But obviously, I feel like it'll be that situation where he sits the bench for a little bit. They put him in just to see what he does in certain situations, and then obviously give whoever is the vet control of the team. Yeah. Oh my God.
Come on, bro. It's a red rifle, bro. I don't know why you're laughing at this. He's the best ginger guy in the league, all right? But
maybe one. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man, and I wish you the best of luck this coming season, bro.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'll talk to you sometime. See you.
All right, cool.